imagine the sun on my face.
Jesus. Why was he down there, though?
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like he chose to be.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Your mom is weird. Oh, it's not even... Oh, that's awful. Let's go down there.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Warding away spirits, malevolent monsters. What?
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2.
Maybe 2. What do you mean, maybe 2?
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself.
Has
what happened to everyone
Has everyone in the
else.
family gone through this? Through this trip?
But now I'm worried the stories
voyage?
themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Ugh. Everything's really morbid. What? The train did... What? Did the train go nowhere? What the hell? Oh.
I don't know if I should even be writing
part of the
this.
island fell.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family.
She's pregnant. She's pregnant.
And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
She's running it. Fuck. It's starting to hit me.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
I think she got pregnant and now she wants to know more about her family so that she can protect her child. It sounds like from the way she's speaking and the reason and because she's writing it, it feels like she doesn't expect to make it very far. Maybe 2. Jesus.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
What am I doing? Okay, I'm going right then.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
Can I get that? Nope.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
That is morbid.
It's
Jesus.
embarrassing for me to admit this,
Family
but
cemetery.
the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and too had been my fault.
Derpy, Derpy Jr., Burpy, Chirpy, Furpy, Lurpy, Zerpy. Zoe, Coco, Tucker, Charlie. Oh, you can tell what kind of animal they were. Oliver, Bob, Shadow, Christopher, Shatsy, Bailey. That's a big dog.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
It is great. What? What? Almost exactly. 10. 11. No, this guy made it far. Walter Finch, yeah. Barbara Finch. Why? There have to be more. Why am I
I'm
only
sure
seeing
Odin's
5?
monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
What is that though? Well, I guess we're gonna check it out.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
What the? What happened though? I mean, no, I can't even interact with it again. So I'm meant to move on.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Sam Finch.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
There's a lot of graves.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. So many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday.
So, are things?
And find everything out for myself.
Oh, I went that. Okay, this game's really well made because I completely forgot there was another path. I just went the right way instinctively. That's because the game is well designed. Like I went to the monument and then I turned left because I completely forgot there was a right.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Yep. Don't fall through the thing.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Okay. What's he doing?
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a life perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Smile, Dawn. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Where are you?
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
What is that? Little birdie.
Aw.
Am I supposed to be taking pictures of something specific? This does look good though. What's happening?
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still.
Hey!
Yeah.
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
Sure.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere.
Yeah.
I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time.
So we're going hunting, I guess.
Give me a minute to check the map.
I still feel like that island's weird. Yo.
Let's see. You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
Yeah, but maybe.
Or was it? Could have been.
Oh.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Oh, it's done. What?
I'm over here, Dad. Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination.
Where is it?
Focus on your target.
I don't even see it. I actually don't see it.
Let me get behind you.
I really don't see it.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
Okay.
Great shot, Don!
Oh, that's awful. She didn't like that. Great work.
I'm proud of
asshole.
you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay? Sorry,
Yeah.
Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
Move.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
still...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not
Oh,
to think
that's
about...
so dumb. Oh shit. I don't really feel bad for you though.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Really? Jesus. That's an idiot though.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Okay. Oh shit. 1-year-old. Shit. Why? Why would this be here? No, 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 no. Do pick it up. 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 In the baby bed?
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Talking's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on,
Oh,
sweetie.
the kid drowned. The kid
Hello?
drowned. The kid drowned.
Sam, I told you I don't want to
Oh.
talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like.
Come on.
He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination.
Oh, the whale's looking down. Is the whale? Yeah, the whale's looking at what's
Whatever it
happening.
was he saw. Sure made him happy.
It's a happy whale. Gregory.
I know how silly it sounds. I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything.
Fuck. This family's so messed up.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Fuck. Fuck. It's like the second time I'm crying today.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Oh, fuck, this is
My
amazing.
father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Oh, fuck, this is so good.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Jesus.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Oh, fuck. You got hit by the tent.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Interesting. Let's climb
My
this.
mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Okay.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Well, this is her brother. Okay. You can go. No.
When my
can't
dad
go
died,
down.
I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back
This is so.
and to see kids in the house
Morbid.
again.
There's an obsession with death in this family. Oh Jesus. Why do the pots look like? Shit. Basil sage. Okay.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
But why go vertical?
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Why is there like a classroom?
But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Why would you do this? Okay. It's like a sort of like a dumbwaiter. Milton. Oh, so Milton's not dead. Okay.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
So good. Is that it?
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Disappeared. Oh, shit. This family, man.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Because that's just what they do, right? They just seal everything up.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
What do you mean found in a house? Well, shit. Yeah, but this is what I mean by good design, because when you open the door, you don't notice that to the right there's a path. You just notice the thing in front of you. But then when you go back,
Mom
you do notice
definitely
there's a
blamed
path.
Edie, but I think Louis
That's a
blamed
boat!
himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Okay.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small,
Yeah?
imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about.
Uh-huh.
Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Wow. This is kind of amazing, to be honest.
But he found something more.
Wow.
I worried about
Fucking
him then.
amazing.
Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee.
Yeah, 'cause
Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first.
Yeah.
He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
Okay.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band.
This is
And he was
really
always
amazing.
humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger.
And the fish.
He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Wow.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Forgot? What did he do?
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
Interesting. Oh wow.
The queen was on her own quest for
Yeah.
radiant rainbows.
Ah, and that's Sanskrit.
He followed the sound of her electric sitar.
This is kind of amazing.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
East of the sun and west of the moon. Jesus.
Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
You can't even see the cannery anymore.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
That's where the problem comes up.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker.
This isn't normal. That's not how a cannery works.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Wow.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising me. Queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Shit.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
This family, man.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Oh, Milton and Lewis were her brothers. Fuck. I forgot that. No, 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 no. Don't go back in. Don't go back in. No, no, no. Don't go back in. Oh, no! No, do go back in. Shit. Come on. Yep.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
That's messed up.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
So, is this Edith's room?
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
This is Edith's room, right?
My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
What did happen that night?
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
I didn't see all the family, but that sounds like Assassin's Creed music. Sorry.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Edie. Go find the present.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
She's afraid
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories.
No, it's
I
not
think it's best
because of the
if
stories.
Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
History of the Finches.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
Oh, God.
But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Nana Edie!
I got turned around.
Yeah, but you're still going the right way, I think. I don't know where I'm going.
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
Okay.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
Gimme. Gimme.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
Jesus.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it,
Yeah.
but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Ah.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone.
This is messed up, man.
The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Fuck.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Shit. Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ, man.